Hi guys, after getting over my nerves, I'm finally recording my first video. Ceci Bear here. And I'm not really wearing any makeup. I literally only have like a little bit of liquid illuminator and mascara on, so I'm just gonna wipe my face clean. My whole channel is going to be dedicated to, I guess you could say, everything beauty. People always ask me tips and tricks, and you know, it's easier to make a video and they can just like rewatch it rather than me sitting down and teaching them. So this will be a good way to actually teach my personal friends. But I mean, I thought I should share it with the community because I'm all about queens supporting queens. Yas. If you guys do follow me on my Instagram, Makeup by Ceci Bear, I recently used this, the Aztec Secret. I just realized that you guys are going to be seeing everything backwards, but I did post it on my Instagram, so please follow me on my Instagram. I did leave it on for 20 minutes. The jar does say that it can cause redness, but it didn't cause redness for me. But if you do have sensitive skin, I always recommend following instructions. Yeah, right after I used that clay, oh my god, my skin felt so good. My skin is pretty moisturized. I mean, you can see my headlight forehead. Look at that. My light is just shining off my forehead. Let's just throw this up in a bun real quick. I don't like having my hair in my face while I'm doing my makeup. A fun fact about me, we recently got married, and on our way back from the honeymoon, my husband got pink eye on the plane. I didn't catch it. I was really diligent. I didn't wear my makeup, and then we got back the week of Thanksgiving, and I had a bunch of like even my Jeffree star highlighters, and I had a NARS foundation, and oh my god. And day of Thanksgiving, no pink eye. His just like barely cleared up. The day after Thanksgiving, I got pink eye, and oh my god, I was so sad. Please bear with me. I did have to end up throwing away quite a few of my brushes too, because I I try to wash them, but they were like kind of old anyways, and like when I was washing them the way I was trying to, like as I was trying to salvage them, I don't know, the glue just kind of, and so I had to throw those away. So I don't have all my nice fancy brushes either. But on the Hush app, I finally got, I mean, after 3 years, I've never had a fan brush anyways. I'm like, well, since I had to throw away a lot of my products, why don't I splurge a little bit? Yeah, so that's what I did. Finally, the actual tutorial. So feel free to pause whenever you like. I like to start off with brows because your brows are the frame of your face, so get them right to your ideal shape. In my case, if you haven't noticed already, I don't have a completely symmetrical face, so both sides are obviously going to look different. So the technique I'm using is supposed to give you your ideal eyebrow shape. Start off by taking your brush straight up and down from mid-nostril, and that's the beginning of your brow. Next, take your brush, same starting position, to the outside of your pupil, to the top of your brow bone, and there's your arch. Now from mid-nostril to the outer corner of your eye to make your tail. Now what you do is you start filling in the bottom of your brow. So just go ahead and do that across, and then from there you will eventually make the end of your eyebrow, from starting the top brow to the tail end, and there's the end. Perfect. So the whole point of this technique is to block out your eyebrows, and then it's okay if it looks messy for now because you are going to clean it up eventually with concealer. I like to do my eyebrows and eyeshadow first before I put on foundation and everything else, just because, like, I don't know if you've had this problem, but I've had it plenty of times where I'm doing my eyebrows and it looks messy anyways, or with eyeshadow you have lots of fallout, so it's easier to conceal that right after anyways. And what I do is I start from this corner and I kind of like go diagonally from here to the top of my arch, and then I kind of, as I put, you know, powder down, I also, like, you know, try to blend it and spread it with this small brush. Sorry about that mumbling, but I can't stress enough on to blend. Just keep blending. Bless you! Alright, now I'm using a basic blending brush to my crease for a soft blended look. I'm using the color Violence by Jeffree Star in his Beauty Killer palette, and I'm actually really in love with this color, and I've been playing with these same colors for a while just to create an overall completed look. Go ahead and take your brush to your crease and do a sweeping motion. You can do circles, it works just as good. But the best way I like to describe this technique is to point your brush in your eye like as if you're going to stab it, but don't actually stab it. Now we're going to take a fine crease brush, an emphasis on a fine crease brush because there's a regular crease brush, tapered, whatever, and do your bottom lid very gently. Alright, now we're going to do the cleanup, and technically you don't have to use concealer for this step. You can use foundation, it works just as well. And the reason why I wait to do the concealing and cleanup on this step specifically is because right when I'm done with my eyeshadow, I like to put highlighter on my brow bone, and I find that putting concealer and or foundation there really makes the pigment pop, and I'll actually give you a little more tips on how to make your highlighter pop even more. Like I stated before, your eyebrows are the frame of your face, so concealing them and cleaning them up is going to be just as important as filling them in and getting that ideal shape to begin with. So keep your concealer brush level across your face and meet both bottoms of each eyebrow together, and do the same thing with the top, just to even them out in the beginning. And you can do this, but I didn't do this in the video, but what you can do is do that same technique in doing the leveling of the brush across the tops of the arches, and it gives them a more symmetrical shape as well. And then just continue to carve out your eyebrows with your concealer or your foundation until you are satisfied. That's pretty much what I do. Maybe it's wrong, maybe it's right, but this is how I've been doing it just because that's how I know how to do it. If you guys do have tricks and or comments, put them down below. Help me do better and I'll help you do better too, because that's what, you know, our makeup community is all about, is helping each other grow, not bringing each other down. I did go straight into concealing my under eye just because I did have a little extra product that I didn't want to waste. I don't really have to do any color correcting, and I do thank my skincare routine for that. I'll share my skincare secrets in following videos, but feel free to ask specific questions in the comment section down below. This palette I'm using is just an Ulta brand palette in their Beauty Essentials line. I used a matte shade similar to the Jeffree Star one in my crease to intensify the pigment with the blending brush. Again, I'm using a sweeping technique with the brush pointed at my eye, kinda in the actual socket itself, rather than an upwards motion. And I'm using a blending brush to pick up pigment because I feel like it blends better as it distributes the pigment throughout your crease. Now grab a smaller concealer brush and some foundation and or concealer, and start from the inner corner of your eye to the top of your lid to create that illusion of a cut crease. I bet you know what I'm gonna say here. I'm gonna tell you to blend. Really, makeup is all about blending, so get comfortable with it, learn it, master it, and you got this. Now we're going to take a flat eyeshadow brush to pack on the shade Princess in the same Beauty Killer palette and put it over the area we just concealed. Make sure you pack on the inside first and then blend as you sweep across your lid. Add more pigment as you go, and once you reach the outer corner where the two colors meet, sweep across and kind of do a downwards motion. And now in my Athena palette by Bad Habit, I'm using the shade Wisdom, and I'm going to use a regular crease brush. And what we're going to do is we're going to pack pigment on the very outer corners of our eyes, because this is going to make them appear a little bigger and a little more round, giving you a sweet yet sultry look. This is what I was talking about earlier about putting concealer under your brow bone to make the pigment pop even more. I'm going to bring that same shade Princess onto my brow bone, and I'm just going to blend it downwards. And I'm also using a small tapered brush to do so. Let's move on to lips. I'm using Jeffree Star's Berries on Ice, and I'm in love with this color. And let's just take a moment to appreciate this packaging. I'm literally obsessed with it. You can literally see it on the look on my face. How I shape my lips, since they're not perfectly symmetrical, is I start with my Cupid's bow and I do an X NYX just to make sure they have an illusion of at least looking as similar as possible, and I just go to the outer corners of my mouth. And now just spread the product until you have an even coat, and then what you're going to do is you can go back with your concealer and your concealer brush, and then you're just going to clean up the outside just so it's nice and crisp. And finally, I'm doing my foundation. I know I do things a little out of order. If you do have any suggestions, please leave them in the comment section down below. But in my opinion, I feel like the way I apply my makeup is faster in the order that I do it in, because I feel like there's less cleanup at the end and it just looks cleaner overall. If you have any tips or tricks, please let me know and share them with me and make me pretty. But I am using the Fenty foundation, and I love the way it smells and the way it feels and the way it looks. And I feel like this foundation applies better with a sponge. I've used a brush, but I feel like it dries really quickly. So sponge is faster in my opinion. As you can tell, a couple faces I'm making in the video. In the camera, the shade is not appearing to match my neck at all whatsoever, but to the eye and in the mirror, it looked like it matches just fine. And now with a basic blush brush, it's time to apply some blush. But I personally believe that blush is completely preference, just because everyone's skin tone is unique, and I feel like pinks and or orange shades of pinks matches my skin tone specifically. So feel free to use whatever shade blush you like in recreating this look. Oh my god, it's my favorite part. Okay, I really love highlighter. Start off with a liquid highlighter, and this is going to give you that extra pop when we switch to powder. This is Moonbeam by NYX or NYX, however you want to pronounce it. And then after you're done putting your highlighter on, set your face. I know this sounds a little weird, but while your face is wet, the powder is going to attach to that tacky liquid in your setting spray. So take your brush and go in with your powder. This is also by NYX or NYX in the shade Lavender Steel. It's the Duo Chromatic. You can actually find these at Target for like $3-4 bucks. It's pretty cool. I got it on sale. Now go ahead and take your brush and spray it with a little bit of setting spray, since you can't spray directly in your eyes, because we're switching over to our inner corner now. I switched over to a tapered highlighter brush, and I'm distributing the same pigment I was using on my cheeks. Go ahead and do that, and afterwards we're going to do our lip. You probably noticed earlier I was trying to put highlight on my lips with the fan brush. I felt that the fan brush wasn't distributing enough pigment on my lips, so I just switched over doing my eyes, and then I'm gonna use that same brush I used on my eyes. I'm gonna put it on the highest point on my bottom lip and a little bit in the center of my cupid's bow, just because my cupid's bow is a little small. I feel like this gives my lips a more rounded look. And now we're going to tight line with a pencil. That's when you do your upper waterline with eyeliner. I like using brown with pink because I feel that it gives it a better look. And this is Urban Decay's 24-Hour Glide on Pencil. What this is going to do is fill in the negative spaces in your waterline. Now I'm going to do my lashes. I'm using the Casina, or I actually want to pronounce it Casina. Let me know how it's pronounced. But the lash is 747L because I love my eyelashes dramatically long. And I'm actually using a Korean product for my eyelash glue. I picked it up at the Korean market. I'm not really sure how you pronounce it either. Callus or Kayas or Karas. I'm really not sure, but it is latex free, and that's why I like it. Thank you guys for watching. This is the finished look. Eyelashes make a huge difference. I'll make sure to put all the products that I used in the video description. These lashes are actually real human hair. I know that sounds weird, but bear with me. These are like so soft. Eyebrows aren't the fleekiest. I actually think I might like this eyebrow better than that eyebrow. I think everybody has a favorite eye and a favorite eyebrow. And talking about symmetries, you can tell one of my eyes is bigger than the other. Once again, guys, you watched Sassy Bear. My next video is going to be about skincare, and I'm going to try the carbonated bubble clay mask, and it's a Korean skincare product because I'm obsessed with them. Thank you, Grandma.